Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to discuss statically induced EMF. In the previous lecture, we have already discussed that according to the nature, there are two types of EMF. One is statically induced EMF, one is dynamically induced EMF. In case of dynamically induced EMF, the physical movement of either conductor or a field is involved, but in case of statically induced EMF, there is no physical movement of either conductor or field. But also, even though there is no physical movement, but it satisfies the third condition of induced EMF, we know that there are three conditions to induce EMF in a conductor. First is we must have conducting material, that is conductor. Then second one is magnetic field. Okay. Second one is magnetic field, and third will be relative motion between them. Relative motion between them, conductor and magnetic field between them. Okay. In case of dynamically induced EMF, as we have already discussed that the relative motion between this conductor and magnetic field is obtained with the help of physical movement of either conductor or magnetic field. Okay, so when three requirements are satisfied, we will get the EMF induced in that conducting material. But in case of this statically induced EMF, there is no physical movement of either conductor or magnetic field is involved. Okay, conductor आणि magnetic field ची कुठली physical movement न होता सुद्धा आपल्याला EMF induce करता येतो. ओके, तो कसा आपण या लेक्चर मध्ये पाहणार आहोत. So let's get started. The statically induced EMF is the EMF induced due to change in flux linkages by changing the magnitude of current and not by any physical movement of conductor or flux, called as statically induced EMF. Okay. The three requirements, one is conductor, second one is magnetic field, but the third most essential condition is what? Relative motion between conductor and magnetic field. In case of the statically induced EMF, this third condition is achieved with the help of changing the magnitude of current. With the help of changing the magnitude of current. Because we want the change in flux linkages. Flux linkages is the product of number of turns of coil into flux. And we want the variable flux linkages. Change in flux linkages. So, when we want change in flux linkages, the number of turns cannot be varied. Practically it is not, cannot be varied, but flux can be varied. And how flux can be varied? With the help of current. When the current is varied, flux is automatically varied. And when the flux is varied, there will be change in flux linkages. In this way, we are satisfying third condition of relative motion. Okay. When in this case we are changing the magnitude of current, which will change the magnitude of flux and which in turn changes the flux linkages. And this is not by any physical movement of conductor, but it is by changing the only magnitude of current. Here in this figure you can observe here that this is the battery. Okay, this is the coil with n number of turns, and these are the blue dotted lines are the flux. And here one resistor with this symbol is shown. This resistor. This arrow indicates that this is the variable resistor. That means its value can be varied. There is one knob. With the help of that knob, when we adjust the position of knob, the resistance value offered by that resistor is varied. Okay. When the resistor, we know that I is equal to what? V upon R. When the voltage is same, because battery is not changed, voltage is same, and when R is reduced or R is variable, current will be variable. Suppose we increase the R, current will reduce. If we decrease the R, current will increase. In this way, by changing the resistor, we can change the value of current, and by changing this value of current, we can change the value of this flux linkages. In this way, with the help of this method also we can able to induce the EMF in the conductor material, and that EMF is known as statically induced EMF. Okay, and this statically induced EMF is given by this equation, E is equal to minus n d phi upon dt, where n is the number of turns of a coil, d phi is the change in flux, dt is the change in time. So d phi upon dt will be change in flux with respect to time, and this negative sign is due to the Lenz law. We already discussed this. So statically induced EMF is given by this expression. Okay. Now the statically induced EMF is again classified into two types. One is self-induced EMF and another one is mutually induced EMF. As the name suggests, that self and the mutual, self means only one, its own, and mutual means it's due to presence of other coil. So self-induced EMF is the EMF induced in a coil is due to its own flux linked with it. Okay, it is the EMF induced in a coil due to its own flux. And mutual, in case of mutual, what? The EMF induced in coil is due to the flux linked which is produced by another coil carrying current. So it will be called a mutually induced EMF, and it is self-induced EMF. Let's see this with the help of a diagram. Here only one coil is there. I having this number of turns. Okay, these are the turns. Suppose these are n number of turns are there, and these are the flux lines. These are the flux lines. Here current is entering here and current is leaving here. Okay, there is only one coil, and this coil is producing this number of flux lines. Okay, suppose these are the 5 flux lines. When these flux lines are produced with the number of turns, they are again linking with the same coils. These are the flux lines are linking with the same number of turns, that is same coil, or we can say these flux lines are interacting with its own coil, and when these three conditions are satisfied, we get the EMF. One is conductor, second one is magnetic field, third one is what? Relative motion between 1 and 2, relative motion. Here conductor is there, magnetic field is there produced by its own, and relative motion is there because current is variable, so flux is also variable. When flux is variable, there will be relative motion between these two is achieved, and when these three conditions are satisfied, we will get the EMF in this number of turns. EMF will be induced in this turn, and this EMF is known as a self-induced EMF. Okay. Now see here, there are two coils. Here one coil is connected to battery through switch and variable resistor. The variable resistor is used to vary the current value. When the resistance is varied, current value is varied according to that. These are the N2 number of turns. Here N2. These are the N1 number of turns. These are two coils. Okay. This flux is produced. This flux is produced by this coil. When we close the switch, current is circulated in this coil, which produces the flux. When we vary the resistors, current will be varied, and in turn flux will be varied. And this is the variable flux produced by, suppose this is the phi 2 flux, because this is the N2 coil, coil number 2. So it will be phi 2, either phi 2, or let's call it as a phi B, and this will be the phi A. Now when this produces the flux, this flux is linking with this number of turns. The flux produced by coil B is linking with the turns of coil A, and due to that, when these three conditions are satisfied, the EMF will induced in this coil. This is the EA, the EMF induced in A coil due to the flux produced by the B coil is known as mutually induced EMF, because the flux is produced by another coil. Okay. Now and again this flux phi B is interacting with its own turns. This phi B is interacting with its own turns, phi B. So again EMF is induced because these three conditions are satisfied. So here EB is produced. This galvanometer shows the deflection when EA is induced in this coil. Okay. This EA is due to the phi B. This EA, when it is due to phi B, then it is called as mutually induced EMF. Okay. And this EB is what? Is due to phi B only, its own flux only. So it is called as self-induced EMF. Remember that when the EMF is produced in the coil when its own flux, then it is called as self-induced EMF, and by the flux of another coil, by the flux produced by the another coil, then it is called as mutually induced EMF. तर जर फ्लक्स त्याचा स्वतःचा असेल आणि the EMF इंड्यूस होत असेल तर आपण त्याला म्हणतो सेल्फ इंड्यूस्ड EMF, अँड जर फ्लक्स जर दुसऱ्या कॉइलने प्रोड्यूस केला असेल तर त्यावेळेस आपण म्हणतो म्युच्युअली इंड्यूस्ड EMF. ओके, remember this. Now let's observe here. Here coil 1, coil A is there, coil B is there. The coil B is connected to lamp and coil A is connected to power source, and also lamp A is connected with this in series with this coil. Here switch is connected. When the switch is closed, this AC power source is connected in the circuit or in this coil A. So this lamp will glow. This yellow indicates that lamp is glowing. When the lamp is glowing, current is flowing. Current is flowing in this direction, whether it will be in this or in this direction. As the AC power source is used, so current is in variable nature, because AC is nothing but alternating, that is changing current. So current will be variable. So when current will be variable, the flux produced by the coil will be variable. This is the flux produced by the coil will be variable. These are the flux lines produced by this coil. This coil B is not producing the flux. Coil A is producing the flux because A is connected to supply. Here, observe here, this coil A producing this flux is linking with the coil B. Is linking with the coil B as well as its own turns coil A. This flux phi is linking with produced by this coil A is linking with its own turns and also the turns of coil B. Okay, and when there is a flux linkage and there is a change in flux linkage, EMF will be induced. So here, due to this phi A, EMF will be induced in A also, A coil also, and also in the B coil. So when it is connected, when it is induced in A coil due to its own flux, then it is called as self-induced EMF, and when it is induced in the B coil due to this flux produced by the another coil, then it is known as mutually induced EMF. Okay, this is the concept, or this is the difference between self-induced EMF and mutually induced EMF. Okay, now let's solve this question. A coil of 100 turns is linked by a flux of 20 milliweber. If this flux is reversed in a time of 2 milliseconds, calculate the average EMF induced in the coil. Given data, first we will write the given data. N is given 100 turns, phi is 20 milliweber, so 20 into 10 power minus 3 Weber, and dt, the flux is reversed in the time of 2 milliseconds. That means, suppose if it is phi and now it is minus phi, that is flux is reversed in which time? The time of reversal is 2 milliseconds. So change in time will be 2 milliseconds, 2 into 10 power minus 3 second. This is the, as there is no physical movement of either conductor or the flux taking place, so induced EMF will be what? Statically induced EMF and not a dynamically induced EMF. And for statically, we have this expression E is equal to N upon d phi upon dt holds. Okay. Now, let's calculate the induced EMF is nothing but N into d phi upon dt volt. Okay. First calculate this d phi and dt. D phi is what? Change in flux. Okay. And in the question it is mentioned that the flux is reversed in 20 millisecond. Sorry, 2 millisecond. That means 2 into 10 power minus 3 seconds. So dt will be 2 into 10 power minus 3 seconds. Suppose we have flux value is given as 20 millisecond and it is reversed to, reverse means in the opposite direction, converting or changing its direction. So when it is plus 20 millisecond to minus 20 millisecond, and this happens in 2 millisecond. Okay. So what will the change in flux? Change in flux will be first value 20 millisecond minus 20 is nothing but 40 milliweber. Okay, and this is 40 milliweber. So 40 into 10 power minus 3 Weber, and dt is given 2 into 10 power minus 3 seconds. So putting these two value in this equation, this number of turns is 100 into this d phi is 40 into 10 power minus 3, dt is 2 into 10 power minus 3. We will get this value 2000 volt. In this way, we can find the statically induced EMF with the help of this expression. Okay. Here we have completed our first unit. In the next session, we will start our second unit, that is AC circuit. Okay. Till then, stay tuned and keep learning. Thank you.